It's me, it's Queen Osette Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. So for those of you who don't know, I was just on vacation and now I'm back. Glad to see you guys. I went to Medellin, Colombia. Again, it's one of the places that I frequent. Frequent Medellin, I frequent Panama, and I frequent Costa Rica, my favorite places to be. So I was tired. I was really tired. I go on vacation every 90 days and I just rest. So I sipped rum and slept and eat and sipped more rum and slept some more, you know. I'm back now. The only thing I really got to see this time was the Botero Plaza, which is like a plaza with these beautiful statues that were made by one of Colombia's most celebrated artists. And then I had the opportunity to go to the Castle Museum, which is a museum. Basically, it's a castle, and you get to walk through it and see all of the castle things that they have going on in this place. So it was a wonderful trip. So now I'm back to talk to you about something that somebody said to me while I was on vacation. So a woman, a Capricorn, said to me, you know, I know the problem with Aquarius. And I'm like, oh, this should be good. What is the problem with Aquarius, Capricorn? So she tells me the problem with Aquarius is you guys need to learn how to stick around. Every Aquarius I know is always hitting the brick, she said. You're always off to the next thing. You need to learn how to stick around. And I said, okay. All right, I hear you. So when I thought about it, and I know this is a very common complaint that I get about Aquarius. I've heard this a lot. You know, most of the time people are asking me, why did my Aquarius run away? So when she said it, it wasn't so much that, it was that we need to learn how to stick around. And I'm thinking to myself, give us a reason. Give us a reason. The Aquarius wants to stick around, seriously, even though it doesn't seem like that. Let me tell y'all something. When you're dealing with the light, this is what happens when you're dealing with people and my categorizations of people. I see people as either dark or negative, gray or neutral, positive or light. That's the way I categorize people. I learned that categorization a long time ago from just reading different things: positive, negative, neutral. You know, electricity comes to mind, science comes to mind, magic comes to mind, you know, those kind of things. So that's how I classify people. When you're dealing with Aquarius and they're gray to dark, or what I would call neutral to negative, those types of people, honestly, when you talk about learning how to stick around, that's not their thing. They're not going to stick around. And if you're in a relationship with a dark or a neutral or a negative, a gray Aquarius, then honestly, that's on you, because I told you not to mess with them. They're not people for commitments. They don't want commitments. Those types of Aquarius, when I was that type of Aquarius, I'm going to give you an example. When I was that type of Aquarius, I did not want a commitment. I would say I wanted a commitment, or I wouldn't say anything at all. I never wanted really a commitment. I just wanted to do whatever I wanted to do, you see? And the commitment meant nothing really to me. It was just something I did for the other person. The other person wanted the security of the commitment, so I just played along with them. But the truth is that a dark or a negative, you know, a gray, a neutral Aquarius, we're not trying to have no relationship with you. We just want to mess around and play around and do our thing with whoever. These kinds of Aquarius are seeing multiple people. They don't want to settle down with you. They're seeing 5 different people. They want to play with everybody, and maybe they might end up with one of the 5 if they feel like it, and they might not. I'm not with any of the people that I was with. Never. Never. So that's what happens when you have that type of Aquarius. That is what they do. So if you are expecting a neutral, a negative, a gray, a dark Aquarius to come around and marry you and sweep you off your feet and take you off to the Casbah, you are dreaming. Because unless something major happens in their life that changes them, the chances are not high. So that's on you, because I already told you that's not going to work. Seriously, I'm shooting from the hip today, you know? I already told you that's not going to work. So if you want to play that game, then you go ahead and play it. But if you're dealing with a positive or a light Aquarius, the times that you will get from them not sticking around is usually fear. They're afraid. They're afraid of commitment. They're afraid of getting hurt. They're afraid of abandonment. They're afraid of attachment. They're afraid of something. So those type of Aquarius, if they can get past their fear, they will make a commitment. And also those type of Aquarius want a commitment. See, now I'm that type of Aquarius. I'm the type of Aquarius that is open to a commitment now. Before, I wasn't. So it didn't matter what somebody said to me, did for me, gave me. It didn't matter. I had an ex who bought me a car one time, literally. I still didn't stay with her. It doesn't matter. In that context, it doesn't matter because that's not their end game. Their end game is to do whatever they want. Period. A positive and light Aquarius does want a commitment. We want to fall in love. A lot of us are, the Notebook traditional kind of people, Not all of us, but some of us are. And some of us want to fall in love, and some of us are just open to falling in love. It depends on the person. So if you have an Aquarius who is positive or light, you do have that potential. You just got to give them a reason to stick around. When she said stick around, I said, give me a reason. Give me a reason to stick around. That's the Aquarius. The Aquarius is looking for a relationship that is going to be long lasting. That kind of Aquarius wants a good relationship, a healthy relationship. They want, they want longevity. They want love. They want commitment. Give me a fucking reason. Straight up. Give me a reason. Show me the things that I want in a relationship. And that's an Aquarius I will show you that will stick around. Honestly. Because if I met somebody today that was physically attractive to me, emotionally, spiritually, mentally attractive to me, I would take my time and get to know them. All that I'm busy shit would go out the window. Because I would be like, ooh, who is that? Who is she? Yeah, that would be my first thing. She is beautiful. Who is that? And anything I had going on, I could take 2 minutes from here, there, and there to add up enough minutes to hang out with her. I will find a way. So my thing is like she said, learn how to stick around. And my thing is, give us something to stick around for. And Aquarius is not going to stick around. A lot of signs will stick around if they want you or not. And Aquarius usually doesn't do that. An Aquarius will stick around if they need you. That's when they'll do that. They'll do that. If you have their children sometimes, they'll do that. I've talked to male Aquarius, who told me that they've been with somebody, a woman, that they didn't really want to be with for a long time. And in some cases are still with, but they had their children. And they felt like the woman wouldn't they wouldn't raise the kids they wanted the way they wanted them to, basically, if they weren't around. So they stuck around. So they make that decision for that reason. So sometimes it does happen, but the typical Aquarius will leave you quick. And most of the time, if it's a light Aquarius or a positive Aquarius, it's because they're unhappy. We're not going to stay in an unhappy situation. So like I said before, if you've identified your Aquarius as being light, a positive person, an energetic person, not negative, not trying to use you, not selfish. If you have a positive Aquarius and they're acting shady, the only thing wrong with them is that they're scared. And you guys y'all can work through that. You have to identify it, talk through it, maybe go to therapy, whatever. You have to talk through it. That can actually happen. But if the person's not scared and they're open to it, then all you have to do is just let them see that this is a situation that's it's worth them committing to. That's it. And the Aquarius will commit. They'll commit and they'll stay there for the rest of their lives, because there are Aquarius who've been married and happy for a long time. People think that it's weird, like Aquarius get married. Yeah, Aquarius get married all the time and they stay married in a lot of cases. But like I said, this is the bottom line. Is the Aquarius happy in the situation? They're not going to make a commitment if they're not happy in the situation. And they're not going to make a commitment because it's the smart thing to do. One of the things this Capricorn said to me was that sometimes Aquarius, it would be smarter to make the commitment. And I said, well, give me an example. She said, well, You know, if you have a woman and you've been with your woman, your wife, for example, it's cheaper to keep her. She's like, that's a smart time, to hang in. And I'm like, so if you, and I've heard this before. I've heard a lot of people tell me, oh, it's cheaper to keep her. So if you're unhappy, you would rather spend the rest of your life with somebody that you're unhappy with because of economics. Quite frankly, I'd pay her to go away. Quite frankly, if I really felt like that, I'd rather pay you to go away if you're really a detriment to my life. So everybody's a little bit different in that capacity as far as what's important to them. But what I want to say about Aquarius, for people who think that Aquarius need to learn how to stick around, those are the very people who need to give Aquarius a reason to stick around. Show the Aquarius that you are the person that they're looking for. The Aquarius is looking for love. Just give them love. The Aquarius is looking for consistency. Give them consistency. The Aquarius likes certain things. Their pet peeves. Don't do those things. I mean, to me, it's very simplistic as far as like getting them to actually do it. But that's because I understand how our mind works. All you really have to do is give us the things that we want to have in a relationship. And I think that's true of most people. But when it comes to Aquarius, we're so quick to walk away that so many people criticize that. So give your Aquarius a reason to stay. And your Aquarius, if they're positive, if they're light, will stay. And if they're not, wild horses couldn't make them stay. You're wasting your time. All right, guys. I hope that really helps you. And I'm going to put underneath here my PayPal in case anybody would like to donate. And I'm also going to put my email in case you would like to get a free answer to a general question, or if you want to make an appointment for a tarot and oracle card reading. Okay? All right, guys. The new year is almost here. Let's say goodbye to 2018 together. Bye-bye.